Hello, friends. Hi.
Hi.
We've missed you guys, and today we've come to read two books. What's the name of our books? What's the title of our books, Drew?
The Snowy Day.
The Snowy Day and Little Critters the Night Before
Christmas.
Good. So, what's the author of this book? What's his name? Ezra Jack Keats. And what does he do? Does he write the words?
Yes.
And what does the illustrator of the book do?
Write the picture.
Yep, draws the picture. So,
Just the picture.
yes, so let's read The Snowy Day. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see.
Yeah, that's very far.
After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out like this. He walked with his toes pointing in like that.
That's cool.
Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks. He found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. So now it's 3 tracks. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's just 3. 1, 2, 3.
And that's the top one. And that was 4.
It was a stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree.
Wow, that's cool. That's the biggest snow thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he knew he wasn't old enough. Not yet. So he made a smiling snowman, and he made angels.
Snow angels.
Yeah. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big tall heaping mountain of snow and slid all the way down.
What's that? Is that a rock?
I don't know. He picked up a handful of snow and another and still another. He packed it round and firm and put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks.
Did he walk with his socks? Did he walk with his socks?
No, probably snow got into his shoe or his boot. As he thought and thought about them, before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. He looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad. What do you think happened to the snowball?
Probably it melted.
Yeah, it probably melted, huh?
Yeah.
While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling.
Yay!
After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow.
Whoa, that's very deep.
Yes.
That's like the biggest deep I've ever seen.
The end.
Wooden.
Yes, the little critters. This is the Snowy Day. And thank you guys for coming to our ugly sweater reading. Hopefully you have on your ugly sweater like Drew and I. We both have reindeers on our sweaters, right?
Yes,
And Drew has the ears and I have the ears. He has the antlers and the ears. That's cool, huh?
Yeah, I have 2 ears.
Okay, Little Critters the Night Before Christmas. Let's see what this book is all about.
Yeah.
'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a critter was stirring, not even a mouse.
So we're about to pretend.
Just pretend. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that Santa Claus soon would be there. We were nestled all snug in our beds while visions of sugar plums danced in our heads. And Mom in her kerchief and Dad in his cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out of the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window, I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but an old-fashioned sleigh with 8 prancing reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his reindeer they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. On Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. So up to the housetop the reindeer flew, with the sleigh full of toys and Santa Claus too. And then in a twinkle I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney Santa Claus came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His comical mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself.
I'll give some cover to you.
Thank you. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Do you know what Santa says?
No.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ah.
The end.
Is that our reading?
That's our reading for tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're probably going to change into our pajamas and snuggle up in some cozy pajamas. And maybe we can watch some movies and have popcorn. How about that?
Yeah, our friends can come.
Yeah, our friends can come.
No, pretend friends.
Oh, pretend friends. Okay, pretend friends are fine. Well, thank you guys so much, and we hope you have a good year. We'll see you next time.
Make sure to come to our house and have a movie night.